Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you are doing good. Happy new month. Welcome to the month of November, you guys. I cannot believe the year has gone by so fast. I feel like October just ran before I could catch my breath. November is here. I'm so happy that we have seen the beginning of the new month. I hope you're doing well. I hope life is good to you. Let me know in the comment section what October was like for you. October was my birthday, so it was interesting. You guys have not seen the vlog yet of my birthday, but I will post it. It's not like I did something, but the vlog for my birthday is still coming on. I hope you're doing well. That is the most important thing, and that is what I came here to do today. I also wanted to talk about things that I do at the beginning of every month. I was about to do it and I'm like, why don't I just share this with my audience? 5 things that I do consciously at the beginning of every month to just make sure that the month goes smoothly for me. If you're interested, keep watching. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. So the first thing I always do at the beginning of every month, sometimes I do it on the last day of the month or on the first day of the month, is review the last month. Review the last 30 or 31 days or 28 days or 29 days and just see the mistakes or the things I've done that I'm so proud of, all the goals I achieved or all the ones that are pending. At the beginning of every month, I have a list of things I want to achieve. At the end of the month, I always go back to that list to make sure everything was ticked. If it was not all ticked, I will figure out why it wasn't, and I'm not going to kill myself about it. That's why we have a new month. So I can achieve the things that I was meant to achieve in the previous month. I really always try to do that. There was a time I used to keep a journal. I used to be like a big journal person or keep a diary. I write everything that I did in the month. Now because I have a YouTube channel, I can just go back and watch some of my videos and see kind of like what I did during the month and just, you know, relive the moment and be proud of some of the moments and just kind of figure out what I need to do differently in the next month to make sure that the month is better than the one before. Something that I do that I feel like everybody does, sometimes it's not consciously, sometimes it's just in your head, and some people do it like they're very rigid with it, is budgeting. You guys, I'm not very rigid with my budget, but I'm conscious of what I'm spending and what is going out of my pocket. Something I've been doing lately is I print my bank statement. Anytime I do that, my chest will just be going boom, 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 boom. When you print your bank statement to see what you're spending your money on, your eyes will open and you become scared. Well, for me, I become very scared because I see that I don't spend money in lump sums. Like, I don't spend like 500,000 or 200,000. I spend my money small, like 10,000 here, 20,000 here, 15k here, 5k here, and the next thing you know, it has taken so much money. It is annoying because you cannot see what you've done with that money. That's usually the problem of spending small. You cannot see where your money went, but you can see that it went because it went in like 5Ks and 10Ks and 15Ks and all of that. So I always check my budget, check how much I spent, and create a budget for the new month. When it comes to this budgeting, I always tell myself, this is the month I'm going to get it right. This is the month I'm going to spend within the budget. It never happens. I wish I was someone that could follow a budget strictly, but so many things come up during a new month that just take your money away in ways that you did not even foresee. Like, you can have an accident with the car, you need to fix it. Maybe typically you have electricity 20 hours in a day, but in this month you didn't. You had less electricity, so you spend more on fuel, petrol. So many things can change and all that will affect your budget and your spending. But I always try at the beginning of the month to say, see, we're not gonna go past this amount. And if we do, it might not be so much difference from what we've said we will spend. Typically what is included in my budget is like clothing for the kids. It depends on the season of the year we're in. We are going to Christmas time now, so I'm already planning ahead, like Christmas clothes and all that. I include that in the budget for the month. I include like my staff salaries. I include food, feeding. A lot of my money goes on feeding, I'm not going to lie. I include clothing for me. I noticed in October I had 2 photo shoots, and I know I'm going to have like more photo shoots in like November, so I put all of that in the budget. And photo shoots come with outfits, hair, makeup, spending. Basically, you're going to be spending. So those are some of the things that go in the budget and that you have to put into consideration. For everybody, the budget is a bit different. Not everybody has the same lifestyle that I have. It's going to be different for everybody basically, but what you have to do is figure out what your budget is, what you are bringing in every month and what is leaving, and make sure you are always saving. My dad will always remind me, he's always like, Yemisi, save. And at the beginning of this year, that was one of my priorities. Last year I saved a lot that I was so impressed, and we're almost at the end of the year and I'm really impressed with how far I have saved. And you also have to put that into consideration because there are unforeseen moments that you need to save for, and when you have savings, I feel like you kind of have a bit of peace of mind. You are more calm and you are more calculated in your approach to things. So make sure you have savings culture even while you are thinking about your budget. I have a question. What do you guys spend money on the most? In this house, I feel like what we spend money on the most is food. We like to eat what we like to eat, so a lot of the money goes to food. So let me know what it is for your family. For some people it's like accommodation, or it's like transportation. The third thing I always do is planning, and when I talk about planning, it includes planning activities for the month, events for the month, your meals for the month. Now that my kids are in school, I look at the school calendar and say, okay, they have picnic day on so days. I put it in my schedule so that I do not forget, and if I have to buy anything for it, I need to get prepared. I always make sure we also plan our meals. That is very, very important. Meal planning. If you are not meal planning, you are stressing yourself. I'm really, really big on meal planning, and I feel like I share the gospel of meal planning because it makes my life easier. I always know what we're going to eat every day of the week. Some people might be like, oh, it might be boring, but we switch things up a lot in this house. If you do not have a full timetable or you do not meal plan, what are you doing? I have a full timetable that I created just for this purpose. One that you can use for 6 months. You can rotate it if you like. I also have a cookbook that if I feel like we are bored with meal ideas, I open that cookbook and I find something that my family loves. If you do not have a copy, I have a digital download for you. Click the link in the description box and you can download a copy of the food timetable and my digital cookbook. This is my pink food timetable. This is where I always write what we're going to eat. I used to have a different colored one, but I kept it somewhere now since I found this pink one. You guys know I love pink a lot. I'm going to be filling this up by the end of today after I decide what we are going to eat for the rest of the week and the month. So you should always have one. It can be on your phone. It doesn't have to be a physical one like this. You can have it on your phone. You can have it on a piece of paper. Growing up, my mom wrote it on a piece of paper, our food timetable, and she stuck it on the fridge. This is just like fancy ceremony stuffs, but you can always keep it on your phone or anywhere in a notepad. Just make sure that you remember what you're going to eat and you plan your meals. Something else that we like to do in this house at the beginning of every month is just to deep clean. There are some things you clean every day and there are some things that you clean like once a month, like clean under the chairs, shelves, storage. It's something that I just grew up getting used to. I remember when I was younger, I lived in Warri and there was something called environmental. I've not experienced it since I moved to Lagos or since I've been growing up, but in Warri what we used to do was, I think they pick one Saturday in a month, maybe last or first, they pick it and everybody comes together. Everybody on the street, we come together, we clean the gutters, we clean the street. Nobody is permitted to go anywhere. The roads are practically empty. So not just do we clean the streets, we clean our compounds, we clean our houses. That day is serious cleaning for the whole of Delta State. I don't know if it was the whole of Delta State or just the part of Delta State that I was in. I grew up in Efron, so that was the experience then. And at that point, after it finishes, the whole area is clean. And then the next month, we do it again. So it's kind of what I do in my house. At the beginning of every month, we just pick one day It doesn't have to be a Saturday, it doesn't have to be a weekend. We just pick one day and we seriously deep clean. I remember I did a video about all the things I do to keep my house clean. If you've not watched that video, go and check it out. I feel like once my home is dirty, my house is not clean, I cannot be productive. I cannot think straight. I cannot even film a video. If this place was dirty, how will I film? You always need your space to be clean. Well, I always do, so I hope it's that way for you too. Not only do we deep clean once a month, we also declutter. Clutter is also one of the things that causes mess in your house. You declutter things that you do not need anymore. Stop holding on to things. Carton of pots, cartons of electrical items that you buy, you do not need. Discard them. I'm someone that holds on to cartons and nylons and just stuff that I do not need anymore. Clothes that are smaller for the kids, shoes that are too small. At the beginning of the month, just gather everything, give it to charity. The ones that you can like give away, and the ones that are bad, you throw them away. And it's just important to do this at least once a month. One more thing that I do at the beginning of every month is to set a goal. I don't set many goals. I just set one big goal that if I tick off my list, I know that it will help my life, which is what I've been doing. Previously, I would have like 10 things on the list, and then at the end of the day, I can only achieve 2, and that makes me so sad and depressed. But now, I just pick one thing, one, like this. If you can do it, clap for yourself. It's kind of like New Year's resolution. People pick so many things they want to do in the year and sometimes they don't achieve it. Just pick one and make sure you commit yourself to doing it for the rest of the month. I personally have one big task that I'm trying to achieve for this month, and I hope I can come back next month and tell you guys that this was the task I was talking about and I am happy I achieved it. So pray for me. The most important thing I do at the beginning of the month before anything else, you guys, is to pray. It's just to commit the month into God's hands, because you don't know how the month is going to go. You don't know how your day is going to go. I always pray for favor. I always pray for grace. I always pray for protection for myself, my families, my friends, my subscribers, because if you people are not at peace, you will not be able to watch my videos, eh? So it's important everybody is doing well. It's important everybody is living well. It's important that we are protected and we are flourishing and we are thriving. I always pray for that at the beginning of every month, just as I do at the beginning of every year. It's like a special kind of prayer, and this is something that I grew up getting used to, like my parents used to do. In my church, we used to have like special monthly prayers, special all night, special fasting for the month. So it's just a tradition that I have continued. I hope you've taken 1 or 2 things from the things I do every month. If there's something on this list that you do, let me know. If we are similar, if you are someone that consciously plans for the month, let me know as well. And if you want to give me tips, let me know as well, because I don't know everything. So tell me, what do you do differently? I hope you enjoyed this video and you got a thing or 2 from it. If you like it, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.